evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, February 12, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Chip Ramsey with the Saturday Independent newspaper. In tonight's news, Tennessee tax collections continue an overall upward trend in January. A British man has been charged in connection with a social media threat that largely emptied Warren County schools last week, and the Tullahoma Arts Council held their first meeting on Thursday. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6. Stay tuned.
Back by popular demand, it's our annual Cash for Trash event. That means if you can push, pull, or drag it here, we'll give you $2,000 towards the purchase of any pre-owned vehicle on our lot. Don't forget about the 7.5 $500 guarantee. We'll match or beat any new vehicle price, or I'll give you a check for $500. Spend your tax refund wisely and come to Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac and Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Tullahoma. And remember, if anyone can, Stan can.
Hello, I'm Jim Woodard from Woodard's Diamond Showroom. Some think that since we're a single store operation, we don't have the buying power of the mega chain or department stores. Woodard's is a part of the Master IJO Jewelers, the world's largest jewelry buying group. This gives us the power of $800 million in sales. You get the best of both worlds, the buying power of a major with the customer service of a hometown jeweler. Woodard's Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo Fiend, Music Fan, Video Streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
Welcome back. Tennessee tax collections continued an overall upward trend in January, even though sales tax collections were down from the previous year. January's sales tax collections represent retail activity that occurred during December. Finance and Administration Commissioner Mark Emkes announced that overall January revenues were $1.1 billion, which is $15.4 million more than the state budgeted. It's the 6th consecutive month of overall positive growth this year, with corporate tax collections once again contributing heavily to the upward trend. Commissioner Emke said, quote, "This marks the first month this year that we recorded negative growth in sales tax collections. We believe it's the result of an aggressive November holiday retail marketing strategy and 2 additional days after Black Friday." That's compared to November of 2011. Total collections in January seem to indicate that Tennessee continues to slowly recover from the recession, which is the national trend as well. It means we must continue to closely monitor spending and revenues, working with the General Assembly to end the fiscal year with a balanced budget, end quote. On an accrual basis, January is the 6th month in the 2012-13 fiscal year. Year-to-date collections for 6 months are $89 million more than the budgeted estimate.
A British man has been charged in connection with a social media thread that largely emptied Warren County schools late last week. Reese Elliott, age 24, was charged Saturday after he allegedly posted a threat on Facebook to kill 200 people in Tennessee. The online posting threatened that gun violence was made anonymously on a memorial page for a student who died in October. British officials have charged him with making malicious comments. He did not enter a plea during a 30-minute hearing and was ordered to remain in custody. Some 2,900 students, nearly 50% of the system enrolled, stayed away from classes on Thursday. Warren County deputies, McMinnville Police Department, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol beefed up security around schools on Friday. Northumbria police say that they are cooperating with Warren County authorities.
The Tennessee Supreme Court will be hearing oral arguments about the constitutionality of the state's new photo ID law. Nashville Attorney George Barrett says the photo requirement is, quote, solution seeking a problem, end quote. He says many poor Tennessee residents and elderly voters are effectively disenfranchised by the law passed in 2011. The state says the photo ID provision is needed to reduce alleged voter fraud. The city of Memphis and 2 individuals have filed a legal challenge. Memphis officials claim a photo ID issued by the municipal library system should qualify under the new law. That part of the law has been upheld by the Tennessee Court of Appeals, but it would also allow the Memphis ID to qualify a voter. A Supreme Court decision is expected to take several months before it's announced.
State House Speaker Beth Harwell says the controversial guns in parking lots bill will likely pass this session of the General Assembly. The Nashville Republican says the bill is not a priority for the General Assembly or the Republican caucus. Harwell joins Senate Speaker Ron Ramsey in predicting passage of the bill, despite objections from business groups and a request from Governor Bill Haslam to exclude universities, colleges, and schools from the legislation. The bill would allow permitted handgun owners to keep a weapon locked in their cars while at work. The National Rifle Association and other gun advocate groups back the move. Large employers such as Federal Express and Volkswagen say that the bill would violate their property rights.
And Chip, that bill passed in the Senate yesterday. What do you think the odds are of it becoming law?
I think it's definitely going to be law. I mean, the Republicans dominate have a supermajority in the House and in the state Senate in Tennessee, and that's the first time in 100 years. I think the mandate from that party is pretty clear, and I think this bill will move right along. Now, whether the governor chooses to sign it will ultimately remain to be seen. But I don't see why he would go against it at this point.
All right, we'll see. We'll be right back in just a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Serving you as a local firefighter. Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force. Serving Tullahoma. Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
Tullahoma Drug has a gift for keeping well. You know about prescriptions, but there's so much more to tell. There's a gift for all occasions, for body, soul, and mind. Cards to show you care, gifts to show your kind. There are remedies and recipes and treats, you'll want to eat them. Stacks of books from famous cooks and spectacles to read them. Shades and frames, puzzles, games, dishes, plates, and mugs. We're a Tullahoma treasure. We are Tullahoma Drug.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Click the links.
Oh, sweet Lisa, you're so fine, like a very fine wine. Girl, I need you in my life. Will you be my wife?
Charter Internet has more bandwidth to support all your devices. Experience the power of Charter on the nation's fastest internet.
Welcome back. Last Friday, Ann Pope, the executive director of the Tennessee Arts Commission, visited Tullahoma to attend a meeting to discuss the founding of an arts council in Tullahoma. About 80 interested people in the arts were there and found out exactly how the Arts Council can be beneficial to our area. Newsleader's John Gray brings us this report.
We live in a blessed community in so many ways. We have a top 5 school system in the state. We have a top 5 general aviation airport in the state. We are a retail hub for the region. We are a medical hub for the region. And we have very strong financial institutions. We are surrounded by beautiful lakes and have diverse recreation opportunities for young and old alike. Of course, we are an arts-rich community with a long tradition of volunteers and talented artists who have given so much to our community. When I say artist, I'm talking about performing, visual, cultural, graphic, dramatic, and one of my personal favorites, culinary arts. I salute all of you and those who have gone before, who have and continue to be a part of keeping the great arts tradition alive in Tullahoma. I hope this meeting and future meetings of this group builds on our tradition of arts excellence. I see so much potential and so much opportunity in nurturing, supporting, and growing the arts here in Tullahoma. In summary, support of our arts supports job growth, increases student scores, and attracts investment in young families. Plus, it's just plain fun. In other words, I want the arts to be part of Tullahoma's identity, part of our culture, a part of our brand. To help us accomplish our vision, we have invited Ann Pope, Executive Director of the Tennessee Arts Commission, to help motivate us and get us on the right track. Ms. Pope has a distinguished history in both the public and private sector. She grew up in Kingsport and is a graduate of Vanderbilt University. Let's welcome Ann Pope to Tullahoma.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Well, Mayor, you've given my entire talk. I just can't tell you what an honor it is to be here and to see this group. I think this is a testament of the strength of the arts here, plus the food was good as well. I'm sure that's part of this. But I do really want to thank you for having us here. We are the only government state agency whose mission is to promote the arts. And we're literary, performing, visual, you name it. That's sort of our mission, to promote the arts across the state. And last year, we granted out $6.2 million. So I think last year we made 1,192 grants to over 900 different organizations, different grantees across the state. Over the last 5 years in Coffee County, we granted about 106,000 over the last to a number of different grantees, whether it was to nonprofit organizations, arts organizations, artists, schools. But I want to applaud the mayor to have a vision like this. What he has said to me, that he wants Tullahoma to be the go-to place, the cultural center for southern Middle Tennessee in the arts, that really is a part of your brand, to have arts at the center. Obviously, we think that is good business. We think that is a good thing to do with the Arts Commission. I mean, I think that the studies have shown, and the mayor is exactly right. It does enhance quality of life. Art, particularly arts integration in the schools, has been shown to boost student achievement, as well as important and lifelong learning for an organization. An arts council, what we have seen when communities do that, it's a way to bind different activities, different programs, different things that people are doing sort of under one integrated roof, if you will. They don't necessarily have to be attached in one building, so to speak. But if you can connect those activities in a way that they then can build on other things. I I think it's a great thing that you're trying to do. Arts brings traffic downtown like few other activities do. And it brings a vibrancy as well. And usually it's relative to the fabric of that community as well and reflective of that community, he says. So it's good business, and that's why we're doing it. I think building what's reflective and what's in your cultural heritage in this area and building on that, so it truly is reflective of your community, is the first thing. Secondly is that it's a model that's sustainable. Arts for art's sake is wonderful, and I think we all love it, and it's a part of our soul. But it also can fuel other things as well. And it is, I applaud what you're trying to do here. And we're here, you know, we're a government agency, so we're here to help you. So if there's anything that we can do to help you in your efforts as you get this launched, we would love to do that. So thank you very much.
We'll be right back in a moment. Stay with us.
Hello. I'm Frank Cole of Grace Chapel, Tullahoma, inviting you to our Genesis 2013 seminar, The Rocks Cry Out, February 21 through 23. The seminar will be taught by Stephen Armstrong of Verse by Verse Ministry of San Antonio, Texas. Stephen's study will focus on the creation story told in Genesis and the collision between Darwin's theory of evolution and the creation account. For more information on Grace Chapel, Tullahoma, Verse by Verse Ministry, and the Genesis 2013 The Rocks Cry Out Seminar, please visit our website, www.gracechapeltullahoma.com.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has offices in Tullahoma. And for your banking convenience, offices all across this region. At Citizens Tri-County Bank, we listen when you tell us what you want in banking. So at our beautiful new Tullahoma downtown office at 201 North Jackson Street, enjoy the kids' playroom, home-like fireplace sitting area, drive-up 24/7 ATM, ample parking, and lighted and camera-monitored drive-thrus. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need. Welcome to Camino Real, home of the area's most authentic Mexican food. Expect quality service in a friendly environment that features the only truly authentic Mexican food in the area, with favorites like tacos, fajitas, enchiladas, burritos, tostadas, freshly made guacamole, and Mexican rice, all made from scratch using homemade Mexican recipes and only the freshest ingredients. Come and enjoy a meal at Camino Real with the great food, friendly service, and warm atmosphere of Old Mexico.
I'd like to take you somewhere where nobody else can go. Only the two of us know.
With Charter, TV will never be the same. Now you can make a date with your favorite movies and shows anywhere and anytime with on-the-go content from Charter.
Welcome back. Jim stopped by the Coffee County Administrative Plaza recently to speak with Coffee County Mayor David Pennington about issues facing the Coffee County Commission in the near future. Let's watch.
Mayor Pennington, we haven't talked to you, I guess, in this year as we embark on this year. Do you see issues that might be coming up with the County Commission that will be something that will cause you problems or might be controversial in that nature with the County Commission as we
well,
on the show?
The only thing that we got right now as far as what you're talking about is it's a rock quarry issue that we're working on. The Commission was going to vote on it at our last meeting. They pulled it off, and they want me to take a look at it and decide what to do with it. So that is one big issue.
And I understand that you'll be making a report on that at the next commission meeting.
Yes, yes, I will.
Commission meetings are not something that the general population is focused on, perhaps as they should be, except perhaps when you raise taxes.
Or some other issue.
Yeah,
you're right.
How many times a year does the commission meet?
We've scheduled this year to meet 9 times, and. What you can do if you want to, you can go to our county. We have an actual website that you can go to, and you can see those dates. And like you said, though, people usually don't show up unless it affects them. But I wish more people would come to the meetings, and and educate themselves about how the county does. How does it really work?
Tell us a little bit about how that commission is made up, Mayor Pennington. I mean, every district has representation.
Yeah, we have 21 districts. Yeah, and in those 21 districts, you have the rural, and then you have Manchester and Tullahoma. And everybody has a fair representation per population per district.
You being quite aware about how this process works probably would encourage everybody to pay attention to who your commissioner is, because a lot of times they might just not think, well, I don't care, but that's pretty important to you, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. And if you need to know who your commissioner is, you can look on your voting card, and it'll tell you what district you vote in. And then you can go from there, and you can call us, and we can tell you who your commissioner is. Of course, they're on the website also, in their districts. So you're right. It's important to have good leadership. There's a lot of serious issues when it comes to county. Well, think about this. You're talking about a multi-million-dollar business. That's what the county is.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I don't think a lot of people really look at it like that. They just look like it's a county. But a county is a huge company if you think about it. It's got a lot of payroll, got a lot of employees. It's got a lot of liabilities, just doing from day-to-day activities.
Mayor Pennington, what is the budget for Coffee County?
Well, the total budget, counting the schools, is around $63 million. So you can see what I was talking about. It's a huge corporation if you think about it. So,
in rough terms, how does that break down between the county itself and the schools?
Usually, the school's about 33, and the county roughly is about 29 something. So
I see.
Total, it's $63 million, a little over 63.
Don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell, who will give you some advice about some scams occurring in our area. Captain McMurray is bringing us his story, Part 4, and Lana Batad from the Red Cross will speak to us about a blood drive coming to town. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back in just a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
And welcome back. The Tullahoma Lady Wildcats pulled off another landmark win Friday night in Lawrence County with a 61-59 victory that marked their 12th overall win of the season and their improved their district mark to 4-6. The win, combined with Lincoln County's loss at Columbia, drew the Lady Cats into a fourth-place tie with the Lady Falcons for the final district standings. Unfortunately for the Lady Cats, Lincoln County wins the tiebreaker by virtue of having swept Tullahoma during the regular season. meaning Tullahoma will travel to Fayetteville for their first round of the district tournament next week. After trailing the entire game, the Lady Cats took their first lead with 4:20 left in the game on a back-to-back three-pointers from Katie Lett and Aaron Lane. Then with the score tied at 59 and the Lady Cats in possession of the ball, they ran the clock out for the final minute until Kentoria Alexander drove the basket and scored with 4.5 seconds left to lift her team to the win. Lane broke out of a scoring slump and put up 26 points for Tullahoma. Lett scored 9. Alexander had 8. Kayla Bland added 5 points. Deja Morris 4. Ashlyn McDonald and Sarah Garner and Shayla Welton had 3 apiece.
The Tullahoma Wildcats lost their first district game of the year Friday night at Lawrence County amidst a flurry of technical fouls for reacting to officials' calls down the stretch. Lawrence County's final 20 points came from the free throw line as it handed the Wildcats an 80-67 defeat in the final regular season game. Tullahoma still wound up capturing the regular season championship and the accompanying first round tournament bye and an automatic trip to the regional tournament. Tullahoma trailed the entire second half but had cut the deficit to 3 at 60-57 early in the fourth quarter when a series of personal and technical fouls against players and the bench doomed the comeback effort as Lawrence County scored its final 20 points from the line. Markiel Hickerson was among the Wildcat players who fouled out of the game in the fourth quarter, but not before he put up 32 points. Justin Hill had the best game of the season with 18 points. Joseph London scored 6, Tyler Fishback had 5, Zane Price scored 4, and Van Williams added 2.
6 Motlow student-athletes were charged with possession of marijuana last week in Bedford County. Officer Chris Vest of the Shelbyville Police Department told the Shelbyville Times-Gazette that none of the student-athletes admitted possessing the drugs. 4 men and 2 women who play basketball for the Bucks and Lady Bucks were arrested in Shelbyville. The Motlow Athletic Department released a statement which included, quote, Motlow College is aware that 6 student-athletes, basketball players, were arrested in Bedford County. Pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation by law enforcement, all 6 players have been suspended from their respective teams. The college will continue to monitor the situation and will take further action if necessary, end quote.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast right after these messages.
Are you looking for a new car dealer that offers no games, no gimmicks, no hassles? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Keith Barnett here today with my nephew Clay to tell you about the all-new 2012 Kia Optima. Yours today for $21,995 after rebates and incentives. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. No games, no gimmicks, no hassles. My question is, tell them, Clay.
Why buy anywhere else?
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1938 at 74 degrees. The record low is in 1981 at 1 degree. The average high on this day is 51 and the average low is 31. For tonight, look for rain in your forecast with a low of around 56. Mostly cloudy weather expected for Wednesday with a high of 47 and a low of 34. And sunny weather expected for Thursday with a high of 66 and a low of 36. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a fantastic night.